Hello, this is PG, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Tom Clancy's The Division Gold Edition on the Xbox Series X. The game is also available on PC and other major consoles. Tom Clancy's The Division is a cover-based shooter developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft. The Division is set in New York in the aftermath of a viral outbreak. You play as a member of the Division, a special group of soldiers who are tasked with uncovering how the outbreak happened and aiding local forces as they bring stability back to the war-torn streets. The game can be played solo, but it also has online co-op and PvP modes. So what is the game like to play? Well, it's a basic loop for the most part. You explore New York on foot, engaging tactical cover-based combat, and explore the environments for loot and special items. Your character can equip two main firearms, a sidearm, and use grenades too. There is also a very brief character creator, although it doesn't really give you too much options, but you can choose a haircut, you can choose a kind of face type, and that kind of thing. Now, as you level up that character, you will unlock equipable perks and Division tech such as shields, healing stations, or very useful turrets.
Light out, Bluebird 2, ready to retrieve the package.
But as I said, it's cover-based combat all the way. If you don't use cover, you are going to die, my friend. Combat is brutal. Enemies are unforgiving, and it certainly keeps you on your toes regardless of the current situation.
Come on out,
All this combat leads to bundles of loot, whether it be mods for items, new weapons, or improved body armor. Loot is absolutely everywhere, and you'll constantly be adjusting your gear almost around every street corner. Now, as I mentioned, the enemies, they're tough, and this is made all the more challenging due to their intelligent behaviour. Regardless of which faction you're fighting, the enemies adopt a variety of different tactics, from flanking manoeuvres, suppressing fire, sniping you from range, or just mixing and matching. One thing to note though is this is not realistic combat. Enemies are of the bullet sponge variety, often taking endless amounts of gunfire to take down, especially the heavier enemies. In terms of missions, there is a core story that you have to unravel, and the variety of these missions I'd say is a lot better than in, say, The Division 2. Whether you're storming a fortress, holding position, searching for key items under fire, it always felt enjoyable, and the fact that the AI is so clever, it adds to that satisfaction when you eventually succeed. There are side missions as well. You can do sort of hitman type jobs to kill off key enemies, collect stuff, secure certain resource drops, aid your allies, and again, there is plenty to do in the Division. But what is the point of it all? Well, you have to establish your home base. To do this, you need to complete missions, secure personnel to work there, and it all falls into three categories of medical, tech, and security. You have to get supplies for all of these things, and once you've got a certain amount, you can then upgrade certain parts of those parts of your hub. The more missions you do, the more resources you obtain, and then you will get better perks and better benefits, and also new abilities that you can use in combat. Okay, so let's talk about the game world itself. It is a living, breathing city with believable characters, lifelike neighbourhoods, and a sense of constant danger and threat. The local districts have got unique safe houses with missions to complete, and these are really cool because they sort of make you feel like you're helping the local community in that area take back their neighbourhood. As well as the main map, you've got another section. It's called the Dark Zone. This is kind of contaminated. These are online only, and they see you exploring contaminated regions with other players so that you can try and obtain high level gear and loot, and then extract. Okay, so another aspect that's worth mentioning is the post-game completion content. Once you've invested 30 to 40 hours in the base campaign, it's not over. I'd say The Division is probably one of the best examples for adding new challenges and missions and side quests once you've completed the core narrative. In fact, I'd say it never really felt like it was over. It just feels like the threat has changed, the missions have altered, you can enter into new sort of different game modes when you complete it. It's really interesting and it keeps you on board. For example, it adds something called Resistance. This is like a horde type mode with endless enemies that drop loot. This loot can be used to unlock doors in that area. You unlock the doors, you get to things, you do research, you do other stuff and you unlock new things. Very simple but very effective. Also, once you've completed the main thing, there's the world tier system. This kind of increases the difficulty of all enemies, but it also increases the amount of loot you get. Finally, on gameplay, let's talk about the Gold Edition content. As well as getting lots of loot, gear, cosmetic items, you also get 3 core expansions that featured in the Season Pass. Firstly is Underground. This features randomly generated maps made up of sewers, subways, and other underground areas. You explore, fight for survival, and obtain new fancy gear. Secondly is Survival. This is a mode where you're stripped of your gear as you fight for survival as long as you can in a very snowy environment. And thirdly is The Last Stand. This features 16 players where you can team up, capture, and hold locations. Again, with a view to obtaining new gear and weaponry. Personally, I think the content that you get in the Gold Edition, it's okay. I liked Survival for that stripped back feel. Underground was alright, but it did get a bit boring. Last Stand depends if you like multiplayer. If you're not interested, then, I'd say the Gold Edition, it's a bit 50-50, but, if you're getting the Gold Edition, you get a little bit of extra stuff. In terms of graphics, I'd say the game world looks fantastic, and the range and diversity of the environments make you feel like you're in a large city. Definitely in the aftermath of some outbreak. The animations are smooth, the weapons, the level designs are good, menus are clean, everything's very accessible. I think sound as well, excellent work. The voice acting is very good. The ambient sound effects I think are well worth noting because it really changes depending on where you are in the game world. The sound of gunfire really hits home. And I think if you like games with guns, there's lots of capacity to mod them, change them, customize them, and they all sound really punchy and really satisfying. Okay, what is the verdict? Tom Clancy's The Division Gold Edition is a compelling cover-based shooter with intelligent enemy AI, addictive gameplay, and a satisfying progression loop. The game world is well created and it has a huge amount of atmosphere as you attempt to liberate each community through the varied and enjoyable tasks. Yes, perhaps the repetitive nature of the play and the level restrictions can become a bit frustrating, but on the whole, it's a polished, well thought out, and fun experience on the whole. Add to that the excellent endgame content and the expansions give you a lot more to do than the 30 or 40 hours that it takes to complete the base campaign. Whether you're playing in solo as I did this time or in multiplayer, which I did the first time I played it, it's a different experience. I personally enjoyed it more solo because I could take my time with it. When you play multiplayer, it's a little bit like, let's get on with it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's actually better than The Division 2. I didn't think that at first, but now I probably do. And it fills that Gears of War shaped hole in my life, in my game catalogue, because if you love tactical cover-based shooters, The Division is an absolute 100% must. Anyway, scoring. Tom Clancy's The Division Gold Edition, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thanks for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Cheers.